Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours, including Greenland. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Barra, in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is a Tell the Truth Wednesday, and I'm joined, as I always am on Mondays and Wednesdays, by my co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair, Jennifer Falah in Hayden, Idaho. Jen, how are you doing today?
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. We were just talking. Awesome. Sorry, we're a little late. I blame Jen. I always do. Anyway, guys, not much in the way of news today. I don't know if Jen's got any Gentel updates. She usually does, so we'll wait and see if that happens. I will, however, let's go ahead while we wait for the YouTube people to get in and catch up and all of them to get here and get notified. Let's just go ahead and do our usual morning news, advertising, whatever. Anyway, anytime you think you've missed a show, you can always go to mikebara.blogspot.com where you can pick up all of the latest shows. You can also get links to my books if you want to read any of my 9 spectacular books, maybe soon to be 10. You can catch lectures that I've done. You can catch all these shows directly linked to Rumble, articles I've written, videos I've done on famous UFO cases, interviews with people in the UFO community, that kind of thing. Speaking of which, tomorrow I will be interviewing Mel Carmine in the Patriot community about an event he's going to be holding in Cape Canaveral, Florida. So we'll look forward to that. That'll be at this same time tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Me and Mel are going to go at it. At any rate, all of these videos link to the Rumble channel. The Rumble channel is Real News Live with Mike and Jen, where you can get in there and ask your questions. And if you hit the subscribe button down there for a mere $5 a month, you can contribute to the show. And that is probably the best way to support us. We'd like to get up to, 1,000 subscribers. I don't think we even have 100 yet. So if you're a fan of the show, if you're one of our 4.34K followers there on Real News Live with Mike and Jen, then hit the subscribe button, please. Give us the $5 a month and everything will be happy hunky-dory until this damned RV happens. Also, please don't forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus over at thecbdgurus.com. They are wonderful people, Matt and Lucas, creating all kinds of super cool CBD products for your health. And you can get a special discount by sliding over to the wholesale tab, slide down to the Mike B wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, not a capital, no S, just ALIEN. And get in and get this week's specials. And in return for certain amounts of purchasing that you guys do through the CBD Gurus, you'll get gifts like Dinar and Bolivar will come along with your order. Matt is a wonderful guy, really generous with this stuff. And this week's specials include the pain cream, the skin lotion 2000, which is wonderful stuff. I use that all the time to keep up this beautiful complexion that I have. There's also gummies, there's the immunity formula, there's brain support formulas, there's Delta 8 gummies, the sleep gummies, the pet oils, all kinds of cool stuff from over there at the CBD Gurus. Make sure that they know that Real News Live and Mike and Jen sent you. Also, you can hit us up over at our other sponsors, MikeBarraPets.com, MikeBarraPets.com, where you can get all kinds of mushroom-based supplements and support medicines for your doggies, your kitties, your horsies, all of your fur babies, and even for yourself. If you just click on the Shop Now button and you can pop over there and see what's new. I've got Barkley on the Mush Puppies, on the Mojos. He does wonderful. His energy, everybody always comments, my God, he's got so much energy for an 11-year-old dog. And then I hand him the Mike Barra Pets little sticker flyer thing there and say, this is why. You've got the super sauce for dogs and cats, the pet balm for hot spots. That's a big deal with Miss Fluffy Muffy right now. The chill doggies are good for dogs that are hyper, high-strung, get scared of fireworks. It's great to give them that. The mush ponies for the horses. And then the Coriolis versicolor, the In Force series of products for human beings. You've got immune support, Enforce Clarity for brain support, Enforce Restore, Enforce Shield to protect your immune system. There's gummies, there's chocolates, there's coffee, there's body bombs, there's starter packs. Great stuff. Send an email over there to Diana. She's at MikeBarrettPets@gmail.com. Diana out here in Boulder City, certified pet nutritionist, wonderful lady, cares so much about other people. And she will tell you her story of how these mushroom-based supplements saved her life. Really, really saved her life. So MikeBarrettPets.com for that stuff. Also, please don't forget the ACN family of services. Link is in the description. Primarily focusing on Impact Healthcare, which is a wonderful basically replacement for your insurance. You don't have to have Blue Cross, Blue Shield. You simply get a card, you give it to your doctor. You can go to any doctor you want. There's no referrals, there's no deductibles. Everything is just covered. It's about 1/3 of the cost of regular health insurance like Blue Cross and Blue Shield. And you go anywhere, get any services you want at less cost for you, and the doctors get paid more, so they take it. Every doctor will take it if you simply give them the card. So Impact Health Sharing, again, about 1/3 the cost of regular health insurance. If you're paying out of pocket for your own health insurance, they have supplemental plans. They have all kinds of cool stuff. There's videos there on the link in the description for Impact Health Sharing. And you can sign up or go through a questionnaire and they will give you the correct plan. Good stuff. Also coming soon. Of course, I didn't show you any of that. We're now on Impact Health Sharing. Go to the link in the description. Also, coming soon, we will be talking about Legal Shield, which is a new service that I've signed up for that basically covers most of your legal costs if you have any legal issues, including for a mere $14 a month, $15 a month, I got the gun supplement. So if I have to use my weapon to defend myself, my house, my family, my pets, they will find me a lawyer who specializes in the gun laws in my state, Nevada. It's a great, great program. I'm looking forward. I found this through Mel Carmine, signed up with him, and we're going to go forward with this in the near future and have some seminars from some of the people that talk about how it works. And plans the plans are very inexpensive, between $37 and $60. Great stuff. Jen, why don't you tell us what is going on over at jenniferfallah.com this month?
Well, if you would like a reading with me, if you would like to get a healing with me, understand that all prices are suggested donations. If you cannot afford a healing, email me about it anyway. If you have someone, a person or a pet in need. Can you scroll down?
Yes.
This is the love button. If you would like multiple purchases, if you just type in the amount, send me an email, tell me what you did, what you purchased. We are offering weight loss healings right now. This is a full body healing. It is a cleanse, and it would focus on anything that would be, stopping the weight loss or contributing to the weight gain. It's also a talk with the soul, kind of like hypnosis, to get the subconscious and the conscious on the same page so that you are successful with your weight loss goals. If you sit around and do nothing and eat pizza and cookies and stuff, it's not going to work because your mind says, I'm gaining weight from this. Okay. But what it will help you with is what people comment is that they feel like it was easier for them to stay on their weight loss plan, that they wanted to do it. I recommend you get this done every 2 weeks to a month, because after a while, the old habits and seep back in, and people seem to need another one. It's also a fat burn with red light. Interesting. I started doing that a long time ago, and then we started seeing where you can actually go into a salon and have red light therapy for weight loss. So I think that's a nice confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
I also have readings listed. The other special we have going on right now is a medical intuitive 30-minute reading. This is a head to toe look with Jesus. It's like x-ray vision into the body to tell you where the root of the problem is and what's going on. you take this information back to your doctor so that they can help you better. Right now, this includes a free healing after the evaluation. Also, Susan Gretz and Marcy Hell are on the website if you would like to get a service with them. They do not work for me. After you purchase there, you email them to schedule. I have nothing to do with their schedule. Okay, so if you come to me and say, well, I did this with Susan and I can't, or Marcy and I can't, you're going to have to email them and take it up with them. The payment goes directly to them. Okay, go to jenniferfallah.com today.
All right. And that is what's going on over at jenniferfallah.com right now. Okay. Let's get to the news segment, in which there is really not any news. Nothing has changed. Everybody expected us to wake up to it this morning. At least I did. I was fairly convinced that was going to happen. Once again, it did not take place. We had a Trump visit to Greenland yesterday. I would keep in mind when President Trump comes out and he talks about the Gulf of America and he talks about Greenland and Canada being the 51st state. Remember, this is all out of the NESARA playbook, NESARA playbook. When I was first briefed on this in 2015, I was told certain things. I was told the United States was going to become like an empire or a conglomerate or a commonwealth that would include the United States. It would include Canada. It would include Greenland. I was also told Iceland. I don't know if that's going to be true. And it would include Australia and New Zealand. And then since then, we've heard Britain is going to be part of it. And Trump is also talking about taking back the Panama Canal. This stuff is all right out of NESARA. Other aspects of NESARA, JASARA, people call it JASARA. I hate that. I'm just going to call it NESARA. Everybody has their own NESARA. Russia was going to be ceded control of the 5 eastern provinces in Ukraine because they were Russian speaking and the people there wanted to be Russian. So they would be part of Russia. Also, the 3 Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, were going to become part of Russia again to relink them with Kaliningrad. So that would all be Russia's sphere of influence. China and Taiwan would be reunited under a new republic, the Chinese Republic, not the Communist Party, but that this would all have to be done under the guise of conflict and World War III and pretense to keep all the normies who couldn't possibly handle a Star Trek kind of future in line, to keep them from going crazy and to help them sort of progress slowly along this path. All I will say is we are directly online for that. Everything that's in those NESARA, JASARA briefings is coming true. That's what makes me optimistic, including, Jen's talked about birthright, payback stuff, which is all of the credit you've been defrauded on over the years, all that stuff. It's all out there. No IRS, no income tax. Trump is talking about all of it. So I feel optimistic, yet I still don't know or understand why the trigger has not been pulled on the RV, which is the first major step to all of this. But it is playing out on the world stage, is all I can say. We had a false alarm yesterday that was very exciting about 4:30 in the morning and did not come to fruition. So my bond guys are both very quiet. They're both expecting today, tomorrow, Friday. We keep hearing that. We keep hoping that this time is the today, tomorrow, Friday that actually takes place. That's where we're at on the news. I haven't heard anything particularly different from Mark Z. A couple other things I wanted to get to before I turn it over to you, Jen. I want to send out my condolences to my friend Kimberly Rack, whose little kitty Masura passed away yesterday. She got a very sudden onset heart problem and had to be put down. Kimberly is a wonderful person. She's in here in the chat frequently, and we love her. I love her, and I'm really sorry because I know she loves her kitties and her doggies. She's fought for almost 5 years now to keep her other kitty, Ripley, alive when he was supposed to be dead from FIV. And she put him on ivermectin, and he's now around for 5 years. He had less than 5 months to live. And 5 years later, here he is because she put him on an ivermectin protocol. Brilliant woman, great person. Feel bad for her. And also condolences to the family of Ed of Ocala, who also passed away yesterday, apparently from a sudden onset heart problem. Ed was in his, I think, late 70s. Didn't always agree with him, didn't always support him, but he was a servant of this community. He brought a lot of people into this community, into this movement that we have, and there will be thousands and thousands, if not millions, of people who will benefit from his service to humanity over the course of these last few years. And sadly, he will not be here to see the finish line or to see any of it. And that is another reason why it's really hard for me to contain my anger at the fact that the trigger has not been pulled on this yet when everybody is ready for it. So, not to end on a mad note, but guys, let's get on with it. We can't afford to lose anymore. We can afford it, but we shouldn't be losing any more people in this journey. Journey should be over. Should have been over quite a while ago. So let's get to it. So, Jennifer, I don't know if you have any Gentel updates or you just want to review what we talked about on Monday.
Well, I do have a few things.
Okay.
Not necessarily Gentel.
Okay.
So, I heard about the losses today, and so I was asking God. I said, God, starting to get discouraged. I mean, can when are we gonna, when is this happening now? And he just said the 11th. And I'm like, I don't want to put another date out there. I'm tired of doing that. I'm tired of crawling in there every Monday or Wednesday and trying to explain to everybody why this hasn't happened yet. And, the encouragement, God, keep me going. Let's do this. And I said, why the 11th? He said they had to. And I was trying to get why. And when I was sitting here and you were talking earlier, he said payment system. So apparently they had another problem with the payment system or whatever. But now we're looking at any time from now until the 11th. And that's all I have for that. I have no control over this. There are people that email me begging me to make it happen. I am not Jesus. Okay? I cannot do that. I know everybody's suffering. We've got people who are in bad situations, and I feel for you and everybody. And I just like to say right now, everybody in my philosophy chat on Telegram, we will pray for you and we will support you and we will talk to you about it. But posting GoFundMe and harassing people to send you money is not okay. First of all, it's my place of business. Second, I don't want the members there to feel uncomfortable and to not come in there because they feel like they're going to have to give money when maybe they can't because they're soft-hearted humanitarian people. So there are plenty of places to do that. Let's do that somewhere else. Okay. It's becoming a problem. And I know everybody is hurting and I know everybody's in a bad spot. But understand that most of the members in there are too. And let's, find another place to ask for assistance. Start your own GoFundMe or assistance chat and invite everybody to go over there. But as far as mine, I cannot vet these people. I cannot decide if what they're saying is true or not, or if they have a drug problem or a gambling problem, or they're just, jump on everybody's chat asking for stuff. I'm not saying that that is the situation, but it could be. And I don't want it to become a habit in my chat. So that's no longer going to be allowed in philosophy chat. As far as the California fires, I was asked if they were man-made. Technically, yes. They started from sparks. What I see is sparks. I don't see if it was a hand that started with a lighter. I don't see what happened there. But because of the wind, it snowballed. And when you have wind like that, that can happen. I don't know why it would happen in January. That's questionable. But that can happen. So I technically yes, but I don't know it was because it kicked up sparks from something else, or even just static electricity. I didn't see any beams doing it. I didn't see anything like that. Now is the time that we need to go back and stick to what we know. With this RV, we see that all the things that Donald Trump is talking about, and it sounds so out there, like, what? You're going to change the name of this and we're going to expand the size of the United States? I mean, how are you going to do that? Think about it. We're just going to get the money to buy those countries. I mean, that's not how it's happening. What I originally saw with this is part of NESARA. It was because of a long time ago, and it goes back to the Crown. They have been caught in all their dirty deeds, and I believe it's confiscated by the United States because of something that happened a long time ago. Okay? Or many things that have happened. And I saw Canada. I saw Australia. And I saw England, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't make any sense at the time. And everybody's like, oh, no, everybody, they're not going to do that. They're so proud. But I think it's a technicality of the things that the Crown did. And I'm kind of going back to like World War I, World War II, about that time. Something happened back then. So we are seeing the implementation and the rollout of NESARA before our very eyes. And it may look like crazy ideas, and all the normies will say, oh, there's no way that's going to happen. He's so crazy. He's already doing all these things. Well, you just wait and see. We know that is true and that is happening. We're going to see more of this. The people he has lined up to be on his team, RFK Jr. and Elon and everything, I believe he's going to use them as the front man in the band to introduce the med beds, okay, and all of that, and to get all the cures out there and everything. So we're going to see all the pieces of NESARA start to line up, and we'll see this domino effect, and we'll be sitting back saying, oh, well, that's NESARA, that's NESARA, but they won't come out and say, here's NESARA, this is what we're going to do. So we'll see all the pieces of it, and we're already seeing that happen, okay? The beginning of that is the RV. We know they've gotten through the other tiers. We know the other tiers are sitting there waiting for payment. Now, do we know, was that 1% and the NDA and all that for the other tiers? And once they get us in there, everybody can have their money at once? I don't know. But we know that this is a real thing. We know we've gotten almost to the end of this. We just got to get through 4B, and then we get to 5. And everybody sees it publicly. Okay? You really can't deny that NESARA is a real thing, and it is happening. And yes, everybody has waited too long, and we've lost some of our greatest warriors. And that's sad. But once again, we are where we are. And all we can do is handle what we've got to handle today and keep moving forward. As of now, I don't want to put out another date. Personally, get a little tired of that. Okay? Everybody asks me, so I'm going to keep doing it like an idiot. All right? And so I got the 11th. And it had something to do with payment systems. So if anybody knows anything, a little Gentel confirm would be cool. That would be nice. And that's all I have for today.
We're not putting out any dates, but it is the 11th. So we're not going to put any dates out.
What am I going to do? Stop now?
Yeah, I know. It's like you may as well just tell them what the next thing is you got, because here's the thing. The last 6 or 7 times we've had a date. Other people have concurred with that without watching this show or, from completely different reasons and perspectives than Jen tells. So it's planned. What they keep giving us is the next date that's planned. So apparently the 11th is the next date that's planned. Let's hope we get there.
Exactly.
2100.
Time and time again, this has happened, and everybody said that's what everybody's saying. That's what all the contacts are saying. That's still, and and I'm over here, and I get it separate from that. And I tell people, don't tell me anything until I do my gentel or I do the meditation. Tell me after.
I'm always on people. Don't call Jen. Don't tell Jen that until she does her Sunday meditation or Monday morning meditation, and let's keep it all clean.
Yeah, that's why.
That's exactly why.
Okay.
Yeah. And it always has been. But because the thing is that then what that does is it means your gentel's not contaminated by.
I know, and I'm a stickler about that. I like that. I don't. It's like, well, I can't trust what I get if you already told me something.
Right.
Because when you're in that state,
we'll just make a rule that nobody can talk to Jen after Saturday afternoon at 3:00. She has to stay clean after that. So no one may touch the Queen after 3 p.m. on Saturday until Monday morning when she releases the dental.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Someday we'll look back and laugh.
We will. It'll be funny. Yeah, and I'm just very sad for the people that have worked so long in this and aren't going to see the finish line. And I hope we don't lose any more because I hope it happens immediately. It is interesting. England, Jen, when you mention England and you say it's hard to believe, it's not, because the English government is collapsing. The rape gangs over there, the Arab Muslim rape gangs are raping young girls in England, just like they always do in every country they go to, which is why we should never let anybody from these third world shitholes into our country ever, unless they convert to Christianity and only go to Christian churches. Then they can do it. But their whole society is contaminated. The backlash is building and building and building. The Starmer government and Keir Starmer, just so you know, oh, by the way, in case there's any English police that are watching the show and are looking for some reason to try to arrest me and bring me to England, okay, Keir Starmer is a pedophile. Your prime minister is a fucking pedo. He has protected pedos his entire career. If pedophilia had a face, it would be Keir Starmer's face, okay? So come and get me. Here I am. Thanks. And by the way, since you're British, you can't carry guns. So you come up and knock on my door and try to arrest me and take me to England. I'm down for it, you fuck faces. Anyway,
okay. I'm getting
so everybody wanted to rant
about this. Getting bits and pieces, and I don't know how to put this together if this is correct. So a long time ago, the family, Queen Elizabeth, her family, somehow was not supposed to be in power. They stole it.
Yeah, they were Habsburgs.
Okay, don't tell me yet. So then we had the wars.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have the authority to take over territories and to own things and do all these things, change financial system, whatever they did, take control of America, really. They didn't have authority to do that. So they got caught. They finally, she died. They finally announced her death. And then now it's all been confiscated. So you don't have to buy it. It's been confiscated and given back. It's actually been given to the United States. But I don't have the rest of the pieces for that, but that's basically what I'm getting. Is that, when they talk about him buying Greenland, he already has it.
He already has it.
So
yeah.
The other day I got in the Gentel that, Trudeau resigned long ago. Canada has been ruled by proxy since 2022. When did they announce the Queen's death?
2022? 2023. Yeah, it was around that time, I think. Yeah. So the Commonwealth dissolved then under the crown, probably.
Something like that. I don't have all the pieces, but it's something like that. And so it all goes back. I'm back in the 30s, the 40s, something like that. It all goes back to that time when everything was changed.
Yeah, she died in 2022, September 8th, 2022. She was officially pronounced dead.
Okay, so that's when it happened. That's when it was complete. That's when they had no more power. And so everything was kind of in limbo. But then we're into Biden's. Somehow it goes back to the United States, those territories. Maybe it's because of money's owed back to the United States and they took the land instead. It's something like that.
Well, we're definitely in interesting times. These aren't Trump, I posted some of the memes yesterday of Trump, with his looking at his phone and he's got his cart, on Amazon, add to cart, Greenland, Panama, Gulf of Mexico, all this stuff, Gulf of America. It's pretty funny. It's not untrue. Here, I do want to ask you one thing though. There are people saying that Alaska is going to be given back to the Russians. And as if it was there in the first place. I was going to say that can't be true because if Canada becomes the 51st state or a series of states, then all of North America is contiguous. And why would we give up our contiguous land that we already bought to Russia, who's across the Bering Sea? It doesn't make any sense. Like that's should be the dividing line.
There is something about that, but I don't think that Russia's going to try and do that because of Trump. He wants to fill in the gaps there, and it goes all the way up to Greenland. I don't know why Australia, but if it's owned by the crown,
because it's part of the British, loosely part of the British Commonwealth, and because they're English speaking, as is New Zealand, and they have a dollar. So it's because of a common cultural origin. So that's why I never bought that Mexico would be part of the North American alliance.
I'm not getting that either.
Yeah, because they're Spanish. Now, the Panama Canal, we're going to take back, but, Well,
and I also don't think he would have he knew about this a long time ago.
Right.
Why would he build a wall on the southern border if that was going to happen?
Like I said, I heard all this stuff in 2015, and I'm sitting here watching it 10 years later all come true. And I'm like, okay. So that means that this sci-fi novel, we're living through it.
I know, it's getting really exciting. This is going to be an exciting year.
And the only part that's not here yet is the financial part, which benefits us as individuals, which we really...
Yes, but think about it. If he's telling everybody that these, like Canada and other countries and everything, they're failing financially. So much so that, the story he puts out is that, well, we're basically going to save you by making you part of the U.S.
Right.
If countries start failing, they're going to gold either way.
Well,
okay.
Yeah. And don't forget, Trudeau or Castro, he's really Justin Castro. He's Fidel Castro's son, bastard son, met with Trump about a week ago. And basically, Canada would not exist without a $200 billion aid package that we send them every year. So what I believe is that, Trump said to Trudeau or Castro, what would happen to your country if we just stopped paying you the $200 billion? And Trudeau told him it would collapse. So Trump went back probably said right back to him, and I believe this happened. Okay, well, you go tell your government that unless you resign, you're going to be cut off and your country's going to collapse. And I think that's why he resigned.
Cover story.
Yeah, it is, because it's all been done already.
Well, that's all the narrative that's being put out into the public to, get people used to the idea that this is going to happen and why.
So do you see all this territorial shift? Do you see it happening in the next 4 years, or is it setting up for the long run 10 years from now? I mean, I feel like it's urgent, like it's going to happen very quickly.
within the next 2 years.
2 years.
So they're gonna like Canada's gonna have a lot of changes. They're gonna have to learn all of our laws, and they're gonna have to, they're gonna have to change everything up
Their rights
there.
are,
So
yeah.
there'll be a transition with that, but there'll be a day when it's officially signed soon.
Welcome to the club, Canada. Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Now this Gulf of Mexico. Now, like, does somebody actually own the Gulf of Mexico? Who named the Gulf of Mexico?
Saying it the right way. Gulf of America. The Gulf of America. Yes. What about it?
Yes, somebody wants to change the name to the Gulf of America from the Gulf of Mexico. Like, so you can probably only own a certain amount of land out into,
I think
like,
it's
offshore.
it's marked to the Tropic of Cancer. So that's about 3/4 of the way down the Gulf of Mexico, because then you're next to Mexico or Gulf of America. So that would basically encompass, the tip of Florida, almost a straight line across. So yeah. I'll find a map while you're talking and put it up.
So does he have the authority to change the name of it, is what I'm asking.
Oh, well, he's going to. So I would say yes.
Interesting.
Where is the...
That made me think that maybe Mexico is involved, but I just don't see that. I mean, that would be cool. But it'd be really good for Mexicans.
It would, but the thing is, they're different culturally. They're Spanish speaking. I would think they'd be part of the South American alliance, or there might be a Central American alliance. I don't know. Let's see if I can find it.
Oh, have you been to San Diego lately? Everybody speaks Spanish.
Yeah, well, but again, it's
a cultural melting pot down there. I mean,
I think we have to have a universal language in our new country.
Well, we do. A lot of people and a lot of Mexicans speak English. I mean, in many other countries, they're required to learn English.
Oh, I have a kitty complaining.
I'm just not getting Mexico.
Yeah.
Because Mexico wasn't owned by the British.
Actually, okay, so let me share this. So the Gulf of America is supposed to probably run down to the Tropic of Cancer, just north of Cuba. So this would be the part that would be called the Gulf of America, I guess. And, everybody will probably...
Okay, so you guys are really good at digging. Okay, so something happened.
Mm-hmm.
Back in, the early 1900s. And it was probably...
Well, that's the fight over Texas. That's like the Spanish-American War.
Financial, and, the crown swooped in and saved everybody somehow. But what they did, they didn't have the authority to do it. So something was signed or rescinded that allowed the United States of America to reclaim or to get restitution from them, okay? And if they don't have the money, because we took all the gold, or maybe that's why they took all the gold, if they don't have the money, what do they got?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to take Greenland, we're going to take Canada, and we're going to take Australia, and now that's part of the United States. So dig and find what it is that I'm talking about, because I'm not familiar enough to tell you, and I'm just getting bits and pieces, like a puzzle.
Well, maybe Mel will have some of that tomorrow, because he's a big guy in the QFS, the payment system, stuff like that. In fact, you given me a question to ask him, which is that, it's supposed to have happened a couple days ago, but they're having a problem with the payment system. Maybe he'll be able to help with that. So all the answers.
Why would England owe the United States this, or what would they owe them, and why? And what did they get caught in? How did they steal the crown?
here's the thing. As I talked about, there's a video posted on the Telegram channel that I did with Elise, who is Mel's right hand girl, and we talked about the financial history of the U.S. and I've talked about it before, and we are owed our national debt to the Crown of England, which they resold to the Warburg Pincus, bankers and the Rothschilds and all that stuff. So we were obligated financially to get involved in World War I and World War II. But what the blood we spilled and what we spent, I think, far exceeded what we owed them in financial terms. And so then the Crown became more indebted to us. Plus, it's not the legitimate Crown of England. I think you could say, I think a part of it is that they're saying, this is not a legitimate Crown of England because the Windsors are Habsburgs. They're Germans. They're not English. So it's not really their crown. And there are a lot of people who say, no, that they're not should not be the real monarchs of England. So
something
I think we got into all that stuff.
Elizabeth's father. It was around that time when it was stolen. Or
King George.
Yeah.
I think because the abdication of the previous king in the 1930s, because he fell in love with this woman, I forget the exact story, what her name was, but abdicated to the Windsors and gave them the crown, which they should not have had. So that was 1930.
That's the man I'm seeing. Maybe that's the man I'm seeing. Yeah, dig into it, find out why. But this is like restitution owed to the United States. You don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
They may come up with some kind of scenario so that normies, I don't know if they want to, if they're going to tell that story. I don't know. I'm just getting bits and pieces about this, but we don't have to buy anything. And this NESARA is real, and we're seeing it roll out right in front of our faces. And part of that is the RV. You have to pull in the instruments of debt before you can go to gold back or currencies and have that change and pull out of the fiat system. This is also connected to the fiat system, the financial system, the central banks and all of that. So what we're seeing is the consequences,
Yeah, it was.
This is it. I mean, I don't know how you can deny it. I mean, we're seeing it right in front of our face. Remember, what was a couple years ago? It was 22, wasn't it? We were talking about the lottery, and there was a time where Australia joined in with, I think it was either the Powerball or the Mega Millions. And I'm like,
please don't bring.
How can they do that? What?
Don't bring up the lottery to me. It's a sore subject.
Oh my God! You played once. That was good.
No, I played many times, and
you prayed once,
and they gave me money. No, I prayed for months getting it right, and then
all right, you did not.
Let's not start it.
Yes, you did not.
And then they gave
on a spiritual level. It was hilarious. Okay, that was such a lesson.
I'm glad they thought it was amusing. Yeah, it was a lesson that they don't give. Come on, let's not go there.
All right.
The lesson was not received well. So all you did was create more debt that you owe me, guys. All right, 2,301 people in the live stream right now. Jen, why don't we go to questions and see what everybody else wants to talk about today? I have a feeling most of the time they want to talk about the RV. Remember, please, that your questions for Jen must include your real name and the name of the person, pet, or alien entity that you are asking about. Don't forget that. Read that thing across the bottom. I'm going to pop out the Rumble chat because they get to go first because they are subscribers. We'll pop the chat out. Guys, I'm just going to say this, that sometimes the Rumble chat goes stale. Stuff that was posted earlier slips past and disappears. It's just the way it works. If your question was there earlier and it's not there now, I'm going to start at the very top. If it's not there now, ask it again, put it back in there again, and we will try to get to it as rapidly as possible. Okay, we'll start there. Jen, you ready to go?
Yeah, you guys, I was just want to make an announcement. I was thinking about doing the show tonight. If I don't do it, because I'm booked solid from the moment I get off of here, I was going to do it 5 p.m. I might not make it. I mean, I might not be able to talk anymore because I'm kind of getting a little cough. So I'm thinking if my voice is shot, I'll probably move it to like Sunday. So I'm really booked, really busy. Don't have anything to talk about really other than this.
Yeah.
So if I move it, I'm not trying to be lazy. I'll do it sometime this week, probably Sunday. I have time to rest my voice.
Sunday's a good time because all the men are watching football. So, all right, Evie Michelle.
I have a lot of men that listen to my show.
Okay.
All right, men, show up for the show.
The men are watching football.
We'll take a roll call on the show.
Evie Michelle, she has a Little Red Castle. She's a $5 a month contributor, and we appreciate that. Evie Michelle says, "Hi, Jen. Is my van going to hold up till the RV? It's on its last leg."
Shell. Go and get some new fluids in it. I think you can keep it going. I think it'll hang in there.
Chrissy says, "It's an exciting time to be alive." Yeah. Jen, let's go back to the lottery thing real quick because I'm not done with it. Here's what I want to say. The Seahawks had the Super Bowl stolen from them in 2005. They had the best team. They beat the shit out of the Steelers, and the referees kept calling back, and gave the game to the Steelers. The same thing happened pretty much with the lottery. Okay? And here's the thing. When the Seahawks got to the Super Bowl the next time and destroyed the Broncos and won the Super Bowl, guess what? All of that anger and resentment about the previously stolen Super Bowl went away. So what I'm telling them out there is, okay, fine. You want me to forget about the lottery thing? Fine, go ahead. Give me something better. Give me another Super Bowl. So that's what we're waiting on. When that happens, then we won't have to ever talk about the lottery again.
So you're giving God an ultimatum.
No,
That's
I'm just telling him.
Probably not a good thing to do.
I'm just telling him what will happen when he delivers. So it is an exciting time to be alive. TNT Tony says it should happen tomorrow. Well, good for Tony. Let's hope he's right. I saw 2 videos this morning that said the IQD had revalued to, I think, 382, and the Vietnamese dong had revalued to $1, but nobody's talking about it. I don't understand. Marcia. There's a lot of videos out there that are spewing a lot of BS. So that may be true, but what about that, Jen? 382. Do you get any hits on 382? I know you've previously had 391 before. So.
It's higher than that.
No.
It's higher than 382.
Higher. Okay, yeah. Good. Frederica, $5 Rumble Rant, little yellow sticker. Hi, Frederica. Jen says, "Hi, Jen. My son Bailey is meant to be moving out with his girlfriend Millie." My mom's name is Millie. "In February, he's going to stay with me the days he works. Do you see any issues? Will I need him as much? He's my carer." Okay. So she's worried about Bailey not being around for her as much, I guess, with his new girlfriend.
It works out for both of you.
Good. Debbie wants to know if she'll be able to get a job to cover her living expenses before the RV happens.
Debbie. I don't see anything coming through in the next week or this week. So that's all I'm going to say about that with the before the RV happens thing. I don't see anything coming through this week.
Okay. Barb, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Don't forget, like and subscribe to this video over on Rumble. We appreciate that. Says, "Will my son Andy, age 35, meet his forever girl soon?"
Meets her at 36, gets married at 37.
Oh, there you go. Annette, Little Red Castle, $5 month subscriber says, "Hope your knee's getting better." Yeah, how's your knee? Does it feel better?
Yeah, it's still going. I mean, I really screwed it up.
We'll get you.
God.
We'll get you one of those healing patches that Ron
I'm
Davidoff.
working on it. It's.
Well, Ron,
I'm used to
Ron's doing these
healing really
patches.
fast from things, and I guess I screwed it up pretty bad. So
Well,
like it's been almost a week now.
we'll get you. We'll get you one of these patches. So,
I'll be fine.
and that says, "Do you see my granddaughter Quinn being able or needing to use a med bed in the near future to heal or correct her current brain condition?" Well, I see everybody who needs a med bed getting a med bed. So I wish you guys would stop asking that question. But Quinn, Annette is asking for her granddaughter Quinn. It's more like, when will she get to the med bed? That guys, there's no question we're all going to get med bed.
Okay.
Hmm?
They're not going to trust the med bed to put her in it, and she's pretty young. But there is a therapy that comes out sometime this year, like new therapies, new medications, new things that would help her, and does.
Hi, Mike and Jen. This is Jill. My daughter Ruby and I are going on a trip in February for her nationals cheerleading competition. Do you see a fun and smooth trip for us?
Well, it's fast paced. Rest up before that. It's kind of hectic. Okay, but yeah, it goes well.
Usually,
they do really well at the competition too.
Usually they have these cheerleader championships in Vegas here. I remember one time I was at the MGM Grand and I'm waiting for an elevator and it opens up and the whole elevator is full with cheerleaders. They were like, Dolphins was the name of their team or something. I'm like, a bunch of 16-year-old cheerleaders. I was like, I'll take the next one, ladies. You have a good day.
I love that stuff when all the girls get together. You know, cheerleaders, Girl Scouts, you know, volleyball, love all that.
Oh, they were all so cute in their cheerleader outfit.
I know, they're so cute.
I hope they won. The 11th is Saturday. Things are burning. Distractions happening. Trump in place. Let's go. I agree with you. Rexy, Little Red Castle, $5 month subscriber says, "I appreciate you, Jen and Mike. Jen, we trust God and the archangels. Have no fear." Dr. Sarah B says, "If we keep the conclusion off the date of the RV, it would be light." Okay, I don't get what that means, Dr. Sarah, but thank you.
Well, it'll be better for me, Sarah. But
yeah. Do we get Bermuda? Do we get Bermuda as part of this new Commonwealth, Jen? Is Bermuda going to be part of it? Maybe. I would think so. Possible. Cuba, Bermuda?
That's connected to Cuba somehow. I'm not sure about that. I don't think so. Okay.
Holly, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber says, "Do you see me and my husband redeeming or exchanging on a military base or somewhere else?"
Military base.
Okay. Carissa, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber wants to know, will they try to start lockdowns and masking again? And if so, will it impact my vacation in February? Yes, they will try, I believe, but will it work?
No, they will not try.
Oh, they're not going to try.
Trump will not allow it. His administration will not allow it. They're going to try to get people to start doing it themselves, you know, but everybody's just like, no, because of ivermectin and because of all these therapeutics, they'll really start pushing that and say, okay, everybody take this.
Somebody brought up ivermectin the other day. Is there a chance it becomes an over-the-counter drug like Sudafed? Is that something we could have? It is that way in most other countries.
You know, I was thinking about that. I was thinking, well, what if Mexico does become, and Canada, can't they get things over the counter up there? But I know you can in Mexico. You can walk right in and get a bottle of Moxil. We did it my whole life.
Yeah, you can get
it in the house.
Yeah, antibiotics, prednisone, all these things are just over the counter there.
There is going to be a push to get therapeutics available in pharmacies.
Good. Jen, what about Hawaii? No, I understand we're giving Hawaii is going to become a kingdom again and going to align with some other pan-Pacific empire or something.
Well, Trump doesn't want. What I'm getting is Trump doesn't want to lose Hawaii. Because he looks at it as, valuable real estate. He doesn't want to lose Hawaii. So I'm not sure about that.
Okay, interesting. Jen, this is Diana, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. I'm going to a neurologist on January the 27th for possible Botox for my migraines. Will this help?
What's the name again?
Diana.
Yes, it will. You won't get as many or as often. You'll still have a few. But it does make a difference.
Tom Holman said if he does his job right, we'll never have to push one for English again. That's good. Red, White, and Blonde, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber says, hi, Jen and Mike. I love listening to you guys. Tiffany here. Will my kids be okay with Grandma Mary while we go to Cancun next week? Is there anything I should prep for? Well, Grandma Mary, take good care of...
I just heard sinus infection. Take them in now and see if they need to be on antibiotics.
Okay. All right. Lori says, my grandson Shepard just lost his elementary school in the Palisades. Will they stay in LA or move out? Lori would like to know.
I feel like they go south. I mean, close by, but they don't.
Basically, I think what happened is some homeless people, some bums, started a fire and it caught the brush. And
that's what I'm saying is that sparks from something and the wind kicked this up. I mean, it wasn't
Santa Ana winds. They happen every year around this time, and this is why they have fires there. So yeah. And Gavin Newscomb is completely unprepared. All right, Cassandra K, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber says, is Dr. Sasich or Dr. James best for continuing my dental journey, and will I have to do partial dentures? Cassandra wants to know which doctor's better, Dr. Sasich?
Implants, you don't have to.
Or Dr.
You can't do partial, yeah. But basically just some, they want to push the implants.
Yeah, but do you like Dr. James or Dr. Sasich better for that?
James.
Dr. James. Okay. Norin Siegel here. I recently had a monarch butterfly land on my hand inside my house and hung out with me for 15 minutes.
That's awesome.
I believe it was an angelic presence.
That's the kind of sign I'm looking for. That's cool.
I believe it was an angelic presence letting me know that everything was okay.
Do you have a father or father figure who has passed? Because it's connected to a man. And I think they're trying to tell you something. Trying to look up. Unless the butterfly means something to you, look up what that means. I mean, like for me, ladybugs. I was seeing all these ladybugs, and like one year, a swarm of them hit my house and me, and they were everywhere. And I'm like, I've never seen this happen before in my life. I'm totally freaked out. So I looked it up. But a different year before that, I was in the bathtub in the middle of winter. Okay, and up here we don't have any bugs at wintertime, and I'm worried about money. And I look over, and there's a ladybug crawling across the top of the bathtub. And I thought of my dad. And I'm like, what the hell? How did you even get in here? How are you even alive? I mean, and I looked it up, and it means that money's coming. Abundance is coming.
Good.
And then like a year or two later, I'm outside, and I was worried about money again. And then this flock of ladybugs hit me. Thousands of them all over the car, the garage, everything. Really cool.
It's a little weird.
And money came after both of those occasions. So find out what the butterfly means to you, or and look it up and see if it means something.
Okay. Betty O says, my new granddaughter Cleo has stuffy sinuses. Is this due to dry air or something else? Get her a humidifier. Kids need
new granddaughter?
Yeah. New granddaughter Cleo.
No, we got a virus starting.
Okay.
cold.
Shefala is now a monthly supporter. Little Red Castle, $5. Yay, thank you. Jill says, do you see me buying a ranch in Texas soon?
Within the next 6 months.
Rex, Amy says, do you see my daughter Mackenzie having luck with pregnancy?
What was that?
Amy would like to know if her daughter Mackenzie will have luck getting pregnant.
That's something I do in private.
Okay. Rex, Little Red Castle, says, Jen, are my guides trying to get me to buy more currency? I'm feeling nudge, but I'm not sure.
No.
Okay. Paula E is wondering if her daughter Hannah E will find her partner in life soon. She's had a few horrible years. Paula would like to know if Hannah will find a new partner in life.
I'm trying to decide when it is. I think it's sometime in 26.
Okay. Barbara Scholl asks, my daughter's having surgery. Does it all go well?
It does. I'm not hearing about any complications or any problems with it.
Okay, Batman 69.
But if it does take her a while to wake up, Jesus is saying not to worry, that she will.
Okay. Batman 69 on the keys. Susan Gratz is good with lost keys. Jen is not as good with that. Mike says, I have an idea for a book. It's an Italian version of a previous book of mine. Do you see it doing well? It's Gary 7, aka Mike.
It's a good idea. It's a good one. Marketing's a problem. You're going to have to get somebody to help you with that.
Somebody to help you with that. Janet would like to know her angels or guides' names.
Janet 2.
Janet.
No picture, no last name. Jesus. Esther? I can't pronounce the. What would you like to be called? Joe.
No.
It's funny.
Esther and Joe.
You're saying something like Robusta for Bubba or something like name. I'm like.
Sounds like a name of a married couple from a 60s sitcom. Okay, Michael would like to know when you see him meeting his special lady.
Michael. His special lady. Okay. So he said, yeah. You're going to date a few people first. But the one that stays, the one that's a long-term relationship, is a couple years away.
Okay.
There's a reason for it. But you're not going to be alone for long.
Maria says she had a blast in Cabo with her daughter and was not frugal like you said, Jen. So that's a Gentel confirm. Little Red Castle, Joanne Patton said, you said the Brunson case will be brought out about the stolen election in 2025. Do you see that coming out very soon?
I never said that.
No, well, we might have said that at one time, but the latest on that is that Bronson is only going to be brought out if it needs to be.
I have never jumped on board with that, really.
Yeah.
I've never, I say it. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. All right. I did say If they have to, like if they need it to back up what they're doing or what, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So I did say that if needed, but I just never really saw that coming out and being a big deal.
Okay, Mary Ferranti says, will my January 6th friend Cindy Young have to report to federal prison in Philly on 128 to serve 4 months?
It gets moved. Something happens.
Kim wants to know if she'll be able to get a loan to help her son in the very near future.
Yeah, but what I'm hearing is interest rates, and you wait a little bit until the interest rates are better.
Mike and Cheryl here. Will I need to get a home equity line of credit for my new roof? Mike and Cheryl. It's more of a Mike question, I would think.
I'm just going to say what I get. You pay cash.
Okay. $10 Rumble rent from Temujin82. My name is Hatchin, Hachin. I believe it's Hatchin. Can you tell me why I am dreaming of small children and small animals often? I have even gotten the names of some of the children.
Because you're craving innocence and peace?
Dean wants to know if he should look for a new home this winter or just wait for it to fall in our lap.
You wait. I don't see you getting anything until spring or early spring.
Okay. Kathy Clem says, my grandson is 5. His name is Kingston. And since preschool started, he gets so upset to go to school and cries constantly. Should we change school? Sounds like he's having a bully problem at school or something. Kathy Clem's grandson Kingston doesn't seem to want to go to school.
I don't really think he's getting bullied. I think he's just lazy and he doesn't want to go there. He wants to stay home and play whatever, and he doesn't like it, and it's boring.
Okay.
He's just going to have to suck it up and get used to it.
Yeah, get used to life, pal. Life's boring. Could the 12th date be because of Trump's final sentence hearing on the 10th? I don't know. Maybe. What do you think, Jen? Any connection to the Trump thing? Why it's been slid to the 12th?
11th?
They want to wait until 11th, 12th? Did you? Yeah, you said 11th.
That would be 111, though.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't really think that has anything to do with it, but it might. On the world stage, I don't think it has anything to do with it. That's already handled, is what I'm hearing. So no one's concerned about that. This had something to do with some kind of payment system problem or. I do have to go though. I've got somebody 11:30.
Oh, okay. So we're not going to get to YouTube today. Okay. We have one Rumble rant. Can we get to that? $5. Janet said, I had a battery candle flickering when it was turned off. Was this some kind of message?
On what? A battery can't what?
Yeah, one of those little candles that it flickers like a candle, but it's just really battery powered.
No, it's not a message. Those do that. I was just messing around with some the other day, with taking down the Christmas decorations, and every time I put it in the box, it went back on. I'm like, damn it! It was just like really loose. So now I'm not really getting a specific message from that now.
Okay. All right, guys. Jen needs to go. That is going to wrap it up. Sorry about the YouTube stuff, but we'll get over there. On Monday, we'll be back for Monday's show, unless something happens and we have reason to do a show before then, which I am optimistic is going to happen. Thanks for being here. You can find Jen over on Telegram at Philosophy and Philosophy Group Chat. You can also go to jenniferfala.com to book your readings, your year ahead, all that stuff. is on there. And don't forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, Mike Barra Pets. Check the links in the description for Ledger Nano S wallets. I have all my crypto now on this Ledger Nano S wallet. Link in the description. I've got Dogecoin. I've got Bitcoin. I've got XRP and XLM. And yeah, I think that's about it. And some Ethereums, theoretically. So thanks for being here, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. If by chance we do not have a revaluation, which I think is unlikely, I think we will, then Jen and I will be back on Monday. And we can talk about all kinds of cool, interesting stuff then. And don't forget, you can find me, MikeBarra.blogspot.com, Twitter X, MikeBarra333, not for the faint of heart. And my Telegram channel, Mike Barra Chat. Get on over there, check it out. I will see all you guys. And I think there's a college football playoff game today. Should be fun. Let's have some fun. Everybody try to relax and have fun between now and when this happens. And let's pray that it happens in the next couple days. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye. Say bye, Jen.
Bye.